Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be catching you up on the That's Expensive project pan. So I've got all the products in here, plus a few more, so that's what they look like. So I'm going to try and go in with what I use first. So that's one of the products. Just literally talking to myself. Okay, so the first product is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. It's really, really good. I don't think I'd repurchase it again. It was nice to try. My friend sent me this. I'm literally down here. You can see the little bit of window in there. So I go in with that first. Then I tend to use the New Look Glow highlighter stick. There really isn't a lot left. So I've used literally all that. And then there's just that left. So maybe by next month that will be finished. Then I used to go in with the Becca Under Eye Corrector, but I finished that off. I don't have it with me to show you. I don't know where I put it, but I have finished that off. And I'm not even sure it was in the last update, because you can only choose between 8 and 10 products. And I know that I've got more here. Some of the same products is just being classed as one product. Like I've got 2 quads, I'm classing that as one, just because normally I would pull out an eyeshadow palette that would have more eyeshadows. So in a sense, am I cheating? Maybe I'm stretching a little bit, but I do want to use these products. The eyeshadows always get changed, but I think that's the only thing that will get changed up. Next is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator in shade 10. So this isn't my favourite foundation, guys. I regret spending the pounds on it. Wouldn't repurchase. So that's my thoughts on that. I did like this one. You can see here. Or I can see at least. I did like it, but I wouldn't repurchase. I think there's better poreless primers on the market than that. And I didn't like the one that came in the pot either. Let's just say I'm fussy. So now we've got the Glossier Stretch Concealer in G12. I've made quite a big dip in this again. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what we can do with this one, expanding the pan. You don't need a lot, and that's why you're not seeing a lot of progress from last month to this month. If you haven't seen last month's, I'm going to put it up here so you can go and check that out. Right, an under eye powder. I didn't really have an under eye powder in project pan, but I kind of brought one into the project pan. I should really have 2 different project pans, because like I said in the That's Expensive project pan, I'm making this one more my own this year. Last year you bought between 8 and 10 products in and you worked on them. And I'm still working on the products from last year, I think. I think I am. I brought some new ones in. What I should have done is maybe just done a rolling project pan as well. I feel like it's too late in the year to do that. Maybe I'll do that next year. Anyway, this powder was in my Shop My Stash. This number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. So it wasn't part of the That's Expensive project pan, but I just wanted you to know that I have actually finished it. So that's another product out of my collection. You'll see everything that's going out of my collection when I do the makeup empties. Okay, so bronzer is from the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit in Universe. I have really been trying with this, and the bronzer is definitely flattened out. I don't know whether you can see, but compared to the other products here, you can see I've like completely finished this finishing powder here. But yeah, like the blushers are really domed, but the bronzer is getting flattened. So I've been using it for 2 months now. So what I'm going to do next Shop My Stash is I'm still going to use it. So that's what it looks like. Let me get out of the frame. So that's what it looks like. I'm still going to be using the bronzer, but I'm also going to be bringing another bronzer in just for the Shop My Stash, just to use in rotation. Like one day I'll use the Hourglass one and another day I'll use whatever bronzer I pull in. The blushers are still pretty domed. I've not really been working that hard on the blushes, but I do tend to like this one especially. So I'll tell you the names of them. So the bronzer is called Glistening Bronze Light. My favourite blusher is called Vibrant Heat, which is this one. And then this one down here, I've been using that as well. It's called Luminous Rose, and I even mix the pair of them together. I really like these palettes. Like, people have said to me, are they worth it though? I wouldn't say, well, they are worth it, whatever price you pay. But I would say to you, if you're on a budget, wait until Black Friday sales. That's what I've done with both of mine. I've got this one and I've got the jellyfish, and I know they brought those gorgeous ones out for this year, but I can't justify it when I've got a brand new jellyfish palette that's not been touched. I'm going to show you actually so you can see it. Hey guys, so I know this is not what the video's about, but it's in pristine condition. I could probably sell this if I wanted to. We'll do it like that. So that's what it looks like. Absolutely stunning. Can't wait to use the finishing powders just because I love Hourglass finishing powders. And yes, I could use it now. I don't know. Maybe I will when I finish using the finishing powder that I brought in. So sometimes I'll use it for blusher, and like the very rare time I'll use the highlighter. I don't particularly like the highlighter in that palette. That's just a spoiler alert from me to you. But this one is a really old palette, and that's why it's in Project Pan. Now we're getting to the categories that two products become one. So we've got the Supershock Colourpop in Lunch Money. I'm doing really well with this one. Hitting more pan, be gone soon. Probably in a couple of months, I would say. Probably be gone if I use it consistently. And I don't use these highlighters consistently. I use them along with my Shop My Stash products, so that's why they're not finished. And then we've got the MAC Soft and Gentle, which I've been working on for, I want to say, a good couple of years. But we are getting somewhere with it. I think it's really pretty. I don't know if I'd repurchase either of those. To be honest, I like them. I've enjoyed having them in my collection, but there's better formulas out there. Oh, another blusher that I've got is this Dior Rosy Glow in the shade Petal. I should have used this more, but you can see, like, there's a little dent here, and all the way across here, it doesn't say Dior anymore. But yeah, I really like that as well. And I do use, normally I would use in conjunction with this one, but because I've got Shop My Stash products as well, it hasn't got as much use as it normally would, so I need to put this in here and like in my makeup basket is what I'm saying, and try and not forget about it, that it's there. I don't need to do it yet though. So then we've got the finishing powder. So the finishing powder I'm using at the moment is Huda Beauty Glowish. I really like this finishing powder. It's the Luminous Pressed Powder, and it's in the shade 01 Fair. Last month, I think this only came in last month actually, it had no pan, and then about 2 weeks later it had tiny baby pan, and now look at it. Actually going to take a picture of this. Hopefully I can show you how much bigger it's got in the pan. So yeah, really enjoying using that. And then I've got eyeshadow bases, and one's a primer, one's a glitter. I need both of them. They're kind of daily essentials rather than That's Expensive Project Pan, but I have put them in there. So Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer in the shade 1. This one's nearly done. You can't see any windows or anything like that, but look at the state of it down here. So that will be done soon. And then this one's probably about halfway done. Technique Glitter Primer. I use this every single time I put a glitter eyeshadow on my eyelids, and I love it. So not as much as my Holy Grail eyeshadow primer, but I do really like it. Then we had the palettes last month. Like I said, the only thing that really gets switched out of the That's Expensive Project Pan is the eyeshadow palettes. So let me talk to you about these. I didn't know if I was going to keep these around the collection, and they're expensive palettes. So it's Pat McGrath Labs. Pat McGrath Labs. This one is Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad Interstellar Icon, which looks like that. And I really enjoyed using it, more for this blue shade up here. I like that as well, but then these two were quite dark. I use this more as a liner, and I'm not using them to pan them really. I'm using them to use them because they've been around my collection. I've used them like once or twice for videos, and then I've just not used them. So that's why I brought them out. There might be one more Pat McGrath Labs palette to no, there's more than that, but I'm just looking off to the side here. I mean quad. There might be one more to use. So the shade that I really like from this palette is Hypnotique. It's a little bit duochromy. I don't know if you can see that there. So that's that one. These palettes will be going back. And then we've got this one here. So this one is the Pat McGrath Labs. This one here is the Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Odyssey Luxe Quad. And if I was going to get rid of one, it would be this one. But I do like those kind of golden bronze shades. I'm not a lover of this blue brown in any eyeshadow palette I've got. There's a shade in the Sydney Grace palette just like it, and I don't like it in there either. This kind of like cranberry red shade, I'm not a lover of, but I will keep it for the bronzes. Don't be surprised, guys, if somewhere near in the future, I don't know when, you'll see me trying to pan these two shades here, and then I'll just get rid of it. So that's the eyeshadow palette. So they have just come as one rather than two different individual eyeshadow palettes. I don't think in last month's That's Expensive project pan all this was in here. So next, mascaras. I know I didn't show you these, but I'm going to show you them as I'm working on them. So That's Expensive project pan mascaras are Essence of False Lashes Mascara Extreme Volume and Curl. I mean, it could just be put in a rolling project pan. So this is kind of rolling pan slash That's Expensive project pan items, if you think about it. So 17 Bigger Better Lash. Love this. If you live in the UK, would highly recommend. Then what else have we got? Oh, I didn't show you this. I've got the NYX The Brow Glue, which I use. This is more of a daily essential. And this one's nearly done as well. You can see it. You can see how there's barely any left. So that's that. And then I think it's just a lip liner. And I've got this Essence Stay 8 Hour lip liner, and I barely used it. I probably used it about once the whole month. That's what it looks like. It's a really nice pink as well. Really nice neutral colour. So how many products then? If we're counting certain things as one, I'm going to just count them now. But at the moment there's 11, and I've counted both the Dior blush and the Hourglass palette as one as well. Yeah, so there's 11 and we've not pulled a palette out, so it could be 12 products. I'm just going to do this my way going forward. Up until now I've been doing it like I used to do it last year, but I feel like I'm going to do it more my way. It's still the That's Expensive project pan, so, you know, look out for those updates every month, but you're just going to get a bit extra on progress and things like that. So I'm just going to go and see if I've got any more Pat McGrath Labs palettes to use, because I want to go through brands every time I'm bringing a palette in to use for that particular month. So let me go and do that. Okay, so I've just had a look, and this is the quad, but I've used it before. I'm almost sure I've used it before. I will show you what it looks like, and then we can put all three of those quads back. So it looks like that. That's my favourite shade there. Can you see how shifty it is? It's a really nice peachy gold. So I've used that. I know I've got some bigger Pat McGrath Labs palettes in a drawer, so I'll go and get one of them. Right, so I've got another Pat McGrath Labs palette, and then after this I think there's 2 more left, so we'll have enough to do October and November. So do you remember this one, guys? It's the Pat McGrath Labs Bridgerton palette, Diamond in the First Water. I wanted to get the second one as well, but I never did. So it looks like that. So pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the same packaging. I held it the wrong way around, I think. So it looks like that. And then this is the beautiful, beautiful Colour Story. I absolutely love that blue there. And then it's got a couple of nice shades for autumn, which is this like rosy pink one and this shade up here. And then it's got these like red cranberries and this brown. I just feel like it's going to make a really nice autumnal fall eyeshadow look. And then it says, "Flawless, my dear," on the palette here. Hi! But yeah, I really can't wait to use that. The only thing, as I said to you, each month changes is the eyeshadow palette, just because I want to rotate through my eyeshadow palettes and not work on the same one all year round. Next year could potentially change, because I do have really old eyeshadow palettes in my collection and I do need to use them. But I don't think I'll ever stop doing Shop My Stash videos. I really like watching them from other content creators as well as doing my own. And again, thank you for watching these longer form content videos I'm putting out. It really means a lot. And if you're not already subscribed and would like to watch more beauty content, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.